Okay, so the bees have arrived. I'm suited up. I'm ready. It's not too warm, it's not too cold. So this should go very smoothly. I don't want to fall on any steps. So the lid's nice and screwed down. So it's just a case of unscrewing it and then putting them in their new home, which is ready. Because they're all brand new, I mean, so many bees. Because I've transported and things, it's very important that we feed them initially. So I've got some, you can do it with sugar water and other things. So I'm all prepped here ready, but I'm just using some, it's basically the same thing really. But all I'm going to do is, so you know what, I'll do that first. No, I'll do that last. So it's just a case of, so I've got the beehive ready. So there should be 4 frames, so you know what, I can even measure it. So there's going to be 4 frames, which I'm going to slot in. And then it's just a case of, right, so let's check I've got everything. I've put my bee tool somewhere. In fact, you know, it's okay, because it's just, all it's a case of doing is putting these into there. So this should all be very, very smooth. Now the main thing is, I'm suited up, yep, I'm zipped up, wellies are on. I generally go for marigolds because they're quite thick. And I don't want to get stung. And some people get stung and it doesn't hurt them at all. But for me, it doesn't hurt. But I'm a bit allergic to bees, as in, I'm not like breathing, just I swell up basically. So I just have to be a bit careful. It's more the annoyingness of it, if anything, because what happens is I get stung, and basically I'm going to itch for about, I don't know, 2 days until it's gone. And if I scratch, then I'll swell up. Right, so what I'm thinking, I'm going to put this lid here. Reason being is any loose bees can go in this lid, I hope. What we don't want is anything falling over. So I'm thinking, putting it there, any loose bees will go in the lid. So, moment of truth. Woohoo! Feel like I haven't beekeeped for ages. Hello! How are you guys? So the main thing is the queen. We want to make sure the queen goes in. And if the queen goes in, then everyone goes in. Oh, there's much more than, I thought it was only 4 frames, like 6. Okay, right, let's have a go. Right, 1 frame. So, oh, these are very nice. So these are called Buckfast breeds, bees. I'm just going to have a little look on each one. These are very nice and gentle. Lovely. Hello. Nice to meet you all. So all I'm going to do, I'm just having a quick look, same as like I do before. Oh, there's the queen. I see her. She's got a white dot on her back, which indicates the year. She's right in the middle there. So she's there, so all the rest will follow, hopefully. So it's very important that she's safe and sound. So yes, we definitely have a queen. So now it's just a case of putting everyone else in. And she'll like give off pheromones and stuff, so they'll all want to go there. Now remember, it's not a dictatorship. The queen isn't the boss. She is just part of the team. So you know, she'll do what she's asked, as will these do of these. Ah, yeah. So that's all got lots of honey on. These look lovely. This is really nice. So I've had people. So with bees, you obviously get different varieties and things like that, and some people have like said, oh yeah, they're a bit aggressive, but they make lots of honey. And you know what? It's just not worth it. And it's probably not even the case. They probably make lots of honey because you just leave them alone because you're scared of them. This is what you want. I mean, this is lovely. So believe it or not, the person filming this is stood there without any beep suit on. I did offer, but it took a gamble, and luckily for him, the gamble's proving quite successful. And you can see as I do this, it's nice. And like, yeah, you want to do, if you're going to do something like this, you want it to be nice. It's like, I don't know, if you wanted to own a dog or something like that, you don't want an aggressive dog. You want nice. You want it to be a pleasant experience. And again, I'm not saying you're doing it just for that, but yeah, it just makes it pleasant for everyone, and you can look after them better because you can keep an eye on them because it's safer. Yeah, it's just nice. Oh, that's lovely. I'm so pleased how well this is going. So all of these will find a way, but I'm going to do a few so they don't. There's not really a way of doing it any better, but all I'm going to do is like a boom. So you just basically bang them, and what the reason that for is because I just want to get them all in there. So you ready? There we go. Well, I'm also going to leave them out here because, as I said, they'll be drawn to where the queen is. So hopefully, they'll all find their way to there. So I'm going to put that there. Right, let's get this lid. So, one bee in there, but that's good. One bee not lost. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to get this so we're ready for feeding them, because they've obviously come a long way. So I want to try and do this as gently as we can because I don't want to squash any. It's nearly impossible to completely avoid squashing them, but we're going to do the best we can anyway. Right, so this is that fondant stuff I said about. It's not fondant, it's... Probably should have opened the lid first, but there we go. Right, so basically this is just like syrup water, really. So I'm going to put it in here. Make sure no bees fall in it. Now, one's already fell in it, but I'll rescue in a minute. So if you look at this, it's quite clever how this works, because they can come up through there, and I can check to see if there's enough feed in there, and they can get out. Okay, so we're just going to clear these gently out of the way. Let's rescue that drowning bee. Drowning in sugar. There's worse ways to go, I suppose. Be like drowning in, I don't know, wine or beer for people. Right, so you see I'm clearing the edges here. Reason being, right, come on guys, you can't have it here.
Close.
Are you struggling? You got stung?
Oh, mate. Yep. Yeah. Yep.
You ain't got stung, have you?
No.
Oh, good.
Right, continue.
It's just plain water basically, and like with all creatures, most creatures, they don't particularly like the rain. So all we're doing is clearing them off and just making it so they're like, ooh, it's raining up here, get inside. So trying to be always gentle, because they don't, you know, if you're rough with them, you'll see the difference. And there's been cases where Phil B-Man was saying someone had some bees and they're like, oh, they're too aggressive, they're really aggressive. Anyway, he had them for a little while, and he was just gentle with them, and they just became nicer bees. So, you know, try and do your best with them. Like I say, what I don't want to hear, I don't want to get trapped because they'll just starve. But eventually we've got to put the lid on. So we're going to go for it. make sure. So all of this has been cleaned since it was last used. Oh, damn it. So all of these have been cleaned since it was last used, and when I say cleaned, you basically use fire, I suppose. So because you don't want to use chemicals, so all you do is like use a blowtorch, and you just give it a good once over. All right, I'm going to go for it. Okay. Keep the spread, get straight. Don't go in. Right, in fairness, there's gaps in there, so they can climb out. Actually, I'd forgot about that. So there's gaps where they'll be able to get out, because there's only a couple in there, but we don't want them trapped. Right, so all I'm going to do now is leave this here for a little while, because there's all bees in here, but they're all going to be drawn in. So let's have a look at the front. So, well, I know it's open, so that's fine. So all that's going to happen now, I'm just going to leave it for a little while. They're just kind of like finding the bearings. The queen's in here, so they'll be drawn to her. And yeah, I think that's basically it now. So hopefully, we have bees. Smallwood Bees has bees again. And that's how you get bees, basically. They just come in that box in the mail. So the poor post person in this case, she was just sort of like, is this how you make your lip balms? And I was like, yep, got to use the bees. So make sure to put this lid on. I'm going to just leave this syrup here, and because I'm going to top it up again soon, and the lid's on, so that's fine. And like I say, that's it now. Hopefully they'll be fine. We know there's a queen in there. We know the queen is there. We want that emptied. They'll do that. They'll all be coming out now. I suppose I could bang the box and make sure it's empty. Maybe I'll come back in half an hour. I'll give them a little while, because you know it's quite a stressful experience for them, really. Imagine it. You've travelled in a box in the post. You've got here, and then you've been put in this. So yeah, let's give them a little bit of time to sort of like get their bearings, and then they'll be. And again. One of the things with bees is obviously they're out looking for pollen and honey and things, but these don't know where they are now. This is a completely new territory for them, so they've got to go out and find stuff. That's another reason why I feed them, because we need to make sure they've got plenty of food so they don't starve, and so they've got that, which they can definitely get. And if when they do go out and forage, they'll be able to find it, but it's very important we make sure they've got stores. So yes, Smallwood Bees, we have bees again, which is great. Very happy, really nice, very calm, perfect. If you want to comment, like, subscribe, that'd be great. Thanks for watching, and fingers crossed we have a very successful honey year and happy bees. Thanks very much.